Hey everybody, it's Paul Ramsey, and I am joined today by Bob Martel, who is presenting at the 2017 NGH convention. Bob's doing a 1-hour session on Saturday, August 12th, bright and early at 8 a.m. It's called How to Write a Sales Letter That Sells. Leverage the power of direct marketing to build your practice. How are you, Bob?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Paul.
Thanks for being here with me. Hey, get us started. Just tell us, how did you get into hypnotism?
Well, before I made the shift into a career as a hypnotist, I was a copywriter and marketing consultant. And years ago, I learned from Kevin Hogan, even people like Dan Kennedy, Joe Vitale,
Wow.
Gary Halbert, and others that were using conversational copy to persuade people in a letter.
Yeah.
And that intrigued me. And funny story, years ago, I used to do some marketing for the Guild. I got to know Dr. Damon, and he asked me to help him promote the convention and do some PR work. And we did press releases that we made available to attendees, that kind of thing. And
Yeah.
Dr. Damon says, Robert, you ought to go to our training and get certified. So I did.
That's cool. That's great. Nice. Today, as you're practicing, what kind of clientele do you typically deal with? How do you spend most of your time?
Well, I spend, because of the direct marketing, about a third of my time at companies doing corporate workshops.
Yeah.
And I spend about another third of my week actually working with one-on-one clients, and the rest I'm doing marketing work. That's
great. That's good. So you get to do a little bit of the foundation that brought you here, plus you're doing the stuff that helps people. That's cool. That's diverse. I like that.
Yeah.
So lots of topics that get presented on every year at convention. Why is this topic important to you? Out of all the things you could have asked to present about, why this one?
Well, in the world of marketing, first of all, direct marketing is not sexy. Writing sales letters to some people is like, dinosaur marketing work, but sales letters are still very effective. But contrary to popular belief, the direct marketing world is not dead. There's less mail going out to companies and to individuals, so there's really more room in the mailbox.
Right.
And I think it's a great opportunity. It's like the pendulum is swinging right back. And of course, I'm an evangelist for direct marketing anyway. But I think it's been overlooked, and it's just a type of marketing that is not that hard to do if you put your mind to it.
No.
That people that are trying to grow their practice should not forget about this channel, if you will.
Right. I'll tell you, Bob, I totally agree with you, Robert. I started in 2004, and I didn't start doing direct mail right away. But I picked up an awareness that was a good option for me in the way that I was trying to draw clients to myself. And I do direct mail every year at various points in the year, and I've made a lot of money off of direct mail. I love the modern stuff too. I love, social media and YouTube and all that kind of stuff. But I don't buy ads in newspapers, and I don't buy radio spots. I don't do any of that other traditional old world stuff, but I do direct mail every year without fail, multiple times a year. And it's been very good to me.
And you know what? There's so many different ways to use it. You can send mail to your existing clients if they've given you permission to mail to them because of privacy. And
right.
I always ask when I have someone in for the initial visit, is it okay to follow up by the mail? You can use direct mail to start an online relationship with someone rather than wait for them to type in the keywords you've so carefully chosen. You can reach out, maybe share a copy of an article. So many different ways to use it.
Yeah, that's cool. What's when you think about the real content that you're going to be sharing in this session with people in this 1 hour, what's the value for them in knowing the content that you're going to be sharing with them specifically?
This is easy. Just like in our office, what are we there to help people do? Take back control.
Yeah.
Well, we can use direct mail marketing to take back control of the destiny of our own practice. I held off, even though I'm a direct marketer, I held off for a couple of years. thinking in my mind, oh, companies don't want to hear the H word. But you know what? Hypnosis is so well accepted in the corporate world. And we have this thinking, this false belief, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh, companies don't want to hear hypnosis. That's old thinking. So one of the sales letters I launched started out, and it was directly to CEOs of like 50 employee companies. Are you using the H word in your business?
Really?
Yeah.
That's
That
cool.
that was the opening to the letter. And then the next one was, what about the F word? The F word being focus. So
you probably got some yes responses there, but not the one you were looking for, right?
you know, so you have to use conversational copy.
Yeah.
And the essence of a good sales letter is speaking directly to the person one-on-one. And the session's going to be about how do you talk to the people you're trying to get them to the next step.
Right.
You know, the next step in your process or their thinking process.
Right.
They can discover the value of using hypnotism.
That's great. That's great. Hey, tell us about, can you tell us a story about a learning breakthrough that you had as a copywriter? And maybe if you can think of one as a copywriter who was writing copy to get you hypnosis clients, a fun like light bulb moment where things leapfrogged for you?
Yes, of course. What dawns on me is we use conversational hypnosis, waking hypnosis with our clients. And hypnosis is all about telling a good story.
Yeah.
So this copywriting process and getting a good letter, on a piece of paper is just about telling your story in print. So that the revelation for me, or the learning breakthrough, was about taking exactly what you would imagine if you had that prospect in front of you and you were using conversational hypnosis with them.
Right.
Talk one-on-one to them and just put it on a letter and let them experience that story that you're trying to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. There's it's simultaneously, it's something I always come back to. We all understand, especially in our profession, that we're a narrative culture, that we're a people of storytellers. But at the same time, even though we understand that, we also take it for granted, don't we? And sometimes we sort of lose sight, or we lose track of the real art of storytelling. And that's why I think sessions like this can be really useful for people, is it can give you the opportunity to sort of refocus and get back to like, okay, but what are my actual skills that I do have, or that I could sharpen, or what skills do I lack that I might want to acquire so that I can do it more effectively? Because we get to this point where I think sometimes we just take for granted that we tell stories every day. And so we think, we're good to go, but it's like, well, there's a little more to it than that.
There is. And when you tell a good story to a client one-on-one, because that's what we're doing really.
Yeah.
And I even explain that to my clients so that they get it. I have a copy of Aesop's Fables square on my bookshelf so people see it. And this is nothing but good storytelling.
Yeah.
With a call to action. So what I try to do with my direct mail, and this is what people need to understand, is because we do take it for granted, we have to look at ourselves as a product, right? Because the title of the session is How to Write a Sales Letter That Sells. Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't like this concept of selling ourselves, but that's right. What we have to do. And so we're selling the value of ourselves and the benefits of what we offer through a letter. So the key is looking at yourself as a product. And what are the benefits of somebody buying you, so to speak?
Yeah, that totally makes sense to me. I present on marketing as well at the convention. And, I often, when I talk about branding, that's a similar thing I keep stressing to people is you got to understand, I don't say product, I say you're your brand. Like you are your brand. And it's that same, right? We brand people, we brand products, we brand companies. And so that totally makes sense to me. So that's great. That's really great. Listen, you guys, this is the kind of stuff that's going to round out your practice. Of course, you go to the convention looking for ways to increase your skill sets. Well, new techniques, new protocols, new procedures that you can use to get better results with clients. But, we want you to be able to have clients in the first place. We want to bring traffic in so that your business grows, your business thrives, and you can make a bigger difference in the world. And so these are those kinds of seminars that you may not think about first, but I really hope you'll dedicate some portion of your time while you're at the convention to go to these types of sessions, because they're what's going to help you put more people in your chair and get more revenue and get more good done in the world. So, Bob, if people want to learn more about you, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, they can go to my website, positiveresultshypnosis.com. That's going through a little bit of reconstruction, but you can still reach me there. Or on Facebook, I have a page, Positive Results Hypnosis. As you were talking, do you have time for one last thing?
Yeah, of course.
Long before the internet was invented, I was doing this kind of marketing work.
Yeah.
For myself and for my other clients. But direct mail has been around forever, and the concepts that worked in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s still work today.
Yeah.
It's all about telling a good story.
Yeah.
And the internet marketers that think drip marketing was invented by Infusionsoft have it all wrong.
Yeah.
So you can use a direct mail sequencing, a series of letters, postcards, however you want to mix it up, and even lumpy mail. I mail things in envelopes because lumpy mail gets opened.
Mm-hmm.
But this idea that drip marketing is a new concept online is
right.
Come on.
Right. New versions on the same old stuff in a lot of cases.
And what people will find is the quality of leads that come from direct mail, they're a little more, the cost per lead's a little higher.
Yeah.
But the quality of lead and the lifetime value of that client is so much better.
Cool. All right, you guys, how to write a sales letter that sells. Leverage the power of direct marketing to build your practice. That's Saturday, August 12th at 8 a.m. with Mr. Robert Martel. Robert, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll see you in August.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.